I knew the second the HR director cleared his throat that the celebration wasn't meant for me. The prototype was still warm on the conference table, 2 years of my life packed into a humming, palm-sized core, my core. Their applause hadn't even faded before the VP slid a termination folder across the table, like he was handing over a napkin. "We're restructuring," he said. I nodded once. No anger, not yet. The room smelled like blood, and they didn't even realize it was theirs. I'd met them 3 years earlier, bright lights, big promises. I was a quiet engineer who solved impossible problems. They were the hungry tech company clawing at the heels of giants. It seemed like the perfect match. They praised me, backed me, called me the future of the company. They remembered my wedding anniversary, my coffee order, even my dog's name. Warm handshakes, cold intentions. Back then, I still believed loyalty wasn't a one-way street. The first crack showed 6 months before they fired me at an important meeting about my project. That didn't include me. Notes that somehow erased my contributions. A promotion cycle pushed back again and again. Even the CTO, who once joked we'd grow old building impossible things together, stopped dropping by my desk. I noticed. I always do. Then came the message one I wasn't supposed to see. But incompetence can be a gift. I forwarded a mail thread: as soon as the deliverable is complete, proceed with the offboarding. No severance. Check the clause about proprietary contribution. Proprietary contribution. Cute. They assumed everything I built belonged to them. They assumed wrong. I didn't react, not on the outside. Inside, something clicked into place like a perfectly machined gear. I had been preparing for their betrayal long before they planned it. Maybe some part of me sensed it. Maybe I just knew better than to trust applause from people who smiled only with their teeth. The core, the heart of their flagship system was my personal device, registered to me, built at home, never signed over. They didn't even know they didn't own it. Without it, their 2-year project was nothing but a body without a heart. So I waited, polished the prototype, delivered the final presentation, watched them celebrate, then stood there while they fired me. 2 years of work, erased in their minds. I walked out with my badge already deactivated and my box of belongings unsealed. Because they only checked what they understood, and they understood nothing. That night, I updated the licensing portal on my device. The rental fee, normally for $100 a month for partner companies, jumped to $50,000 per day. I didn't do it out of spite. I did it because values should match reality. Without my core, they couldn't boot, run, demo, or ship a single thing. At 6:12 a.m. my phone rang. The CTO's name flashed, shaking. I let it ring twice. He didn't start with hello. He started with panic. "Listen, we need that component today. There's a board demo in 2 hours, 20 investors, half our runway. We can negotiate, okay? Whatever you want." His voice cracked on the last word. Good. It meant he understood at least part of the situation. I spoke slowly, calmly, like I was explaining a necessary amputation. "You fired me yesterday." He breathed. "That was a mistake. We can undo it." "No," I said. "You can rent." Silence bloomed heavy. He had seen the new price. "This is extortion," he whispered. "No," I said. "This is the market correcting itself. They tried everything: lawyers, threats, pleading. But they didn't own it. The paperwork didn't lie. And mine was flawless." By the time they agreed to the rental terms, the board demo was long over. Investors pulled out. Their valuation tanked. The VP resigned. HR blamed administrative errors. The CTO stepped down 6 weeks later. The company didn't fall in a dramatic explosion, it just slowly wilted. Systems failed one after another, while my core sat safely locked in a case in my apartment. I learned that justice isn't loud, it's precise. Now, when I think back to that day, the firing, the panicked calls, the slow collapse, I don't feel anger. I feel balance. They taught me what loyalty meant to them. I simply responded in the only language they respected: consequences. And that was only the beginning.